Hello, everyone, waiting for this here game to begin. Both teams are in place, getting their members all ordered up, rearranged. Today we'll be watching Big Back Laner versus Team 2. For the record of the either team. But sit tight, and we should have the draft headed underway here shortly. Wait, am I bugged out? No, I bugged out. Nothing going on in chat. Didn't see a... Alright. That was weird. Alright. Blue side starting with their bans. First one going to Camille. Team following up with... I think you're going to be focused towards the bot lane. Or the mid. Because based on what I saw for Back's mid laner, they tend to play a lot of passive options, or at least from the little amount of data that we... And it seems they're opting for the Blitzcrank ban. Interesting to see. Following bot with the Hecarim. There's a lot of diving power that Back is pulling away from these options at this point. They don't like their divers, which makes sense considering I noted about their mid laner laissez-faire selection. And team taking all the pick champs out. Next we could probably see Pyke maybe, I guess? We'll see. The Nami for the third band is kind of surprising. Back. A top, a jungle, and then a support. Two of which fill a certain role, and the third one too. I guess Nami's been pretty strong, used in tandem with a lot of mage bot laners recently. And team going for the Samira ban for their final option. Samira being a strong pick for Big Back's AD AD carry repertoire. However, considering champions like Alistar and Rel and Leona are open, kind of a dangerous one to go for if she was even open. And there goes the Lilia first pick for blue side. Is Team going to be going for a double poke bot? Would make sense with all the pick champions being removed. And there is the diver lock-in for the jungler. Vi does a fair job getting herself onto Lilia, but the sleep can kind of pull her off, so we'll see how things go in terms of that matchup. I'm not sure how it goes. I would assume that Lilia clear speed is at least significantly faster, so she can get things done across the map pretty quickly, and isn't necessarily reliant on her ult to get stuff done, whereas with a Vi it makes it notably easier. Bring back, opting for Zeri and Braum. Actually not quite sure how Zeri Q functions with Braum, or passive for that matter. I would assume that every individual apply a single stack, as well as her right click. Haven't seen that together much, so interesting pick. And yep, there is the double poke bot lane with the Karma lock-in, following up with a Pantheon ban, starting to knock out divers themselves. They're Malawi being kicked out. Kind of funny there. Fun champion to see in use, not very fun for some people to play against her, I guess. Final ban, who is going to be... Still got a mid laner and a top laner to select from. Big back. And taking out that Yone pick. Interesting. So they want Bring Back to be picking one of their ping back mid lane at this point, it seems like. Since they already do have the Vi locked in, and Ezreal should be able to get at least a fair amount of presence onto the bat from a distance of fighting. Granted, Braum would be there to back some of it off. Or a pick to lock down any fights to prevent escapes, I would assume. Honestly, it's pretty surprising to me how large of a radius that Aurora's basically pseudo Jarvan ult with damage built in upon side collision tends to function. Okay, going for Lissandra, a bit more aggressive than I expected of their mid laner. Should work well into the Vi. Keep herself safe from the... And Darius, a bit surprising. I would assume that it's best of threes at the moment. I want to say that, yeah, every match in the series is a best of three. I think the finals is best of 5, but I could be completely wrong about that. Haven't reminded myself on it. Bad memory, you know? Alright. Lock in for the actual client will be starting up here. Okay, let's see. What does each composition look like it's going to be going for? Darius into Ornn. Wait. That's an aura mid, yes? Yes. I think she should be fine into Lysandra thanks to her invisibility. Perhaps. See though. Fairly new champion, haven't seen much myself, so tends to get banned a lot. And I guess I'll start it looking from role to role. Darius into Ornn. Isn't that matchup like relatively even, kind of? Darius can't really freeze lane on Ornn post 6, and Ornn has enough durability to counteract some of Darius's damage until he gets too low in health for the ultimate threshold. Oh, air during picks. Locked in Malzahar instead of banning it. Okay, so yeah. Top lane, I suspect it could go either way. Darius likes to go for extremely, whatchamacallit, aggressive, very early level plays. Ornn can just kind of sit back, but his burst damage is no joke either. However, his move speed isn't the greatest, but his durability is some of the greatest, you know, until you factor in hyper tanks like Sylas and Talon. So kind of hard to say. It depends, I guess, on how the level 1 is going to end up going. For the pace of how the lane's going to turn out. And then we'll take a look at it again when it's nearing the level 6. In terms of jungler power, Lysandra shouldn't be too difficult of a gank for Vi pre-6. Post 6, it could be a bit iffy. Like, Aurora doesn't have, like, an incredible amount of burst damage, but she would be able to at least lock out Lysandra from escaping. While Lilia into Aurora, considering Aurora doesn't have that much move speed and she does get kind of locked up during her spellcast, it may be a bit difficult, but granted she does get a lot of free move speed thanks to her passive. So we'll see how it goes. It's basically Mage Lilia versus Bruiser Lilia, you know? And then we move to the bot lane, a Braum and Zeri into an Ezreal Vi. I want to say that it'd be a bit problematic for the Braum and Zeri just because Braum doesn't really have that much damage to accompany Zeri with. So the most open option for them to be going aggressive on is going to be Karma in most situations, and because, you know, how Karma Tether mantra works, it's not gonna be the easiest thing to deal with, you know? I should move my camera over. There we go. As we wait for the spectator delay to pass up, hopefully they finally implement it. Ignore the spectator delay. Soon! Alright. So, top lane, I would say even. Mid lane, I would lean towards Aurora. The bot lane, I would lean towards Ez and Karma. In terms of jungle power, I would say that gank strength, in terms of the options they have available to them, I think Lilia has better gank options, or a better gank option for top lane Vi being better in mid. And then I don't think it is particularly great for Vi in the bot because Braum exists. If she goes on to Zeri, like, you know, you got a wall there that makes it a bit difficult for Ezreal to much. However, Karma's Mantra Q can absolutely do something there, as well as her tether, just locking down Zeri afterwards, being able to wait out the duration of Braum's shield. But we'll see how that goes, because Lilia can just pop in, throw down her sleep, and nuke anyone for roughly half their health. But time will tell. Goes in the minute we have left. What is the thoughts of the viewers, should there be any? To whom do your allegiances lie? Do note that I am not taking ranks into account with any of my observations here, as everyone should in any game they go into. Player readers don't matter. Granted, champion usage does give insight to playstyles and what they're good with, what they're not so good with. I guess I could take a look at what I suspect would be good for the early and mid game to late game hour to expect. But I forgot. Shall let it pass. We'll be changing the camera here in a sec. Let's hope the game starts without freezing up at the beginning or requiring a reset. There it is. Starting with direct cam off the bat. We'll change that as time goes on. And we are underway. Let's see the route both sides aim to take at the beginning. It looks like they're just going to be watching the entrances on either side. Not going to be going for a aggressive early game.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
So much nothing is happening that even the director can want to move all that much. Lissandra to Karma, back to Lissandra. No one's even got a ward ping yet. The gold should be even. Indeed it is. Looking for an in-lane aggressive play. They're moving at the same time at that. I don't believe they saw each other. Now they did. Ezreal in sight. They don't know where Karma is, though. No hits. There is a hit, however. Advantage towards Bring Back, or Big Back. There was a ward slapped onto Lilia's Raptor camp. Ooh, Ezreal is very aggressively in the front. Braun taking a bit of hit from the Mantra Q. Not caring all that much of the retaliation. I was just about to look at the top. Looks like Ornn got level 2 first. Gonna be going for the bonk. Derek's got his level 2. Started as a positive trade for Ornn, but then quickly went back to neutral. Oh, another bonk. Look at that. Look at that Ornn damage. It's all about the bonks, man. Level 3 simultaneous. Okay. And he will be freezing the wave right here. That's not great for the Ornn. Especially with Lily on the top side, puts him in a precarious situation. We'll be looking back up there here in a bit once Lily finishes her camps. There is at least vision, but I don't think he has the speed needed to get away. But he does have phase rush, I guess. So long as he doesn't expend it too quickly. Wait a sec. My buttons aren't functioning properly. It's not letting me look at. Yeah, it's not letting me snap to the top laners. That is sad. That is very sad. Yep, here comes Lilia. Does land that. Backs off. Okay. Alright, Braum does get caught out. Wall is up, however. Blocks a lot. Vi flashes in, does not connect the Q. Ezreal is in trouble, gets out with the shield. Azeri is turning. Gonna be getting some damage off. Flashes the Vi Q. Will be securing a kill. Very nice timed flash. Ezreal going in aggressively. Backing off, avoiding everything. Lowman in danger. Now Braum putting himself in danger. There comes the root from the Karma and the double kill for Geiko. But he is going to be dying to the minions here in a sec, if not to Lilia. Dodges that. Probably just wants to kill himself with the tower, to be honest, before Lilia gets that secure. Fortunately, not going to happen. Alright. Alright, there's Ornn aggression, gonna get the bonk! Darius flashing away. Ornn does have flash, but is he going to actually want to go flash for flash? Decides not to. Gonna be preserving his, as he's going to have a very nice minion wave to go back on. Ah, and he just used teleport as well, so there's that. Gonna swap to directed camp for a second, and apologies. Ooh, let me take a peek at that again. Alright, so Levi getting really low health. Sitting at 220. As a flash, W, and Q, I assume. Why aren't my buttons working? It's not letting me snap to Aurora. It's not letting me snap to the top laners. That's very unfortunate. Can't do anything there. That's sad. Alright. Teleport coming in from Aurora. Let's see, the gold's actually pretty even because of, you know, last hitting minions a bit more proper on Lissandra. So that death didn't actually set her back all that much in terms of value. But she did not have the mana sustain item purchased, unfortunately. Ornn gonna be going ham. Fair trade. Avoids the tip of the axe. Very much a positive trade. Baiting. Avoids the grab. Gets the bonk. Half health McGoofy. It's Braum there. He's not there. My screen being stupid. Looks like they're going for a 4-man dive bot. There comes the ult from Aurora. Locking and Zeri, making it very hard for her to move around. One kill going to Braum because of the tower damage. Tower damage reset at this point. Ezreal going to try and get that. And he will. That was a 2-for-1. Both kills going to the Ezreal is very dangerous for bring back. Or big back. Ah! Lilia just covering the top side for an extended time. Let's see this buy for Ezreal, 1,700 gold. Buying more Trinity Force components. Got Manamune building up as well. Cool. As Zeri is not quite having as happy of a recall herself. We got Braum trying to put some deep vision, get some information. Ezreal pushing hard onto the Zeri, punishing her for getting the minions a bit too long. Lissandra going aggressive onto Aurora. She does have ultimate, Aurora does not. However, Aurora's damage is very misleading because of the heal that she has. As you see, when they disengaged, they were relatively even health, but now Zelda Guy basically has a health potion in terms of advantage. Ezreal landing his ultimate on both opponents, however, is not enough, surprisingly, because of Zeri ultimate damage output being pretty darn heavy. Here comes the Vi trying to go on to Levi. Is the reaction going to be quick enough? And she is out. Fortunate for Levi. It's like Levi, as in Leviosa. Huh. I don't know how to enunciate that I. I can't look at top lane with hotkeys. Sorry. Cool. The trade's still going Ornn's direction successfully. Ooh, very nice. He will get hit by the Q, however, here. Does not have bone plane to mitigate. Is dropping dangerously low at this point. Another trade like that, he might just die. But Aurora is heading topside. Lissandra coming in from behind to put pressure onto her. She does not want her interfering with the Darius and Ornn. Ezreal gets out of the danger. However, Karma is back in it. Ultimate onto Drizzy under the tower, but is not going to stick around long enough to take much damage. Slomain is poking at Geiko. Vi coming in with the flash barrier up from the Zeri. Kill goes to Braum as Geiko is in danger. And finished off by Lo the Man. Very nice positioning in these fights from Lo. Being keenly aware of their health values. Not noticed they had static shiv at this point. Don't see the back. That being the case, they were on pretty equal grounds then, since Ezreal did not have Trinity Force purchased yet at that point. Karma does not really have the damage just yet. Don't think she monitored her tether either. Trying to be annoying to the Braum. Everyone's backing, so you're going to be losing a bit of value out of the ward there. I guess there's the safety of wanting to make sure that they aren't just going to be setting up there. So. Alright, back to top lane. It's not usually like this, but... a lot better poke coming in from the Darius. Narrowly misses the grab. Still the guy going for a bit of poke. Does land it. Honestly, kind of surprised that she can cast her Q and E simultaneously. E is the damage, right? W is the invis? I don't know. Honestly, kind of nutty that she can just hide her casting animation like that. Surprising it's legal. Still just a bit of laning going on. We'll see some aggression turn up here in a bit, perhaps. Bit of scuttle action going on here, or coming back to lock out the Lilia from getting safe. That was 2 ults for 1. Levi teleported in, not sure what she was getting into. Used her summoner spell to deliver a free sack of gold. As you might see a 3-man play headed towards bot with Vi in the back, but she does not have her ultimate at this point. Q on cooldown. Back up by now. Seeing more of a scuffle in the top side. Very dangerous health threshold for Ornn. Getting... Ooh, misses the Ornn horn. Takes a lot of damage. Darius is on him, just resetting his passive as much as he can. Walks off as Lilia swings by to secure the kill. Good communication. Let me take a peek at what happened down in the bot lane just now, before the fight began at that. Alright, so meeting each other. Deciding to go aggressive on the play from Braum. Zeri not being able to finish the passive proc because of Q's being blocked by the Ezreal. Got the kill, basically standalone. Incredible job. Especially keeping his support alive. Usually I'm the one doing that for my carry. Just shows the amount of confidence that bot lane duo has. Zelda not getting there in time to take out a Goofy. Is it gonna be a lane? No, not a lane swap. That would be silly. Oh. Guess he's just clearing a wave down there for a bit. Alright, alright. Let's see how the vision control goes. Lilia is going to be wandering up towards the rift to try and get vision as Ornn is transferring sides. She did not see whether or not they were taking the objective. Karma's also heading up there, so Ezreal's going to be getting solo XP. Has proven he should be able to survive a 1v2 confrontation at this point, so Karma's kind of free to do whatever she wants. However, taking a lot of cues from the Braum, pushing him back. Doesn't have any summoner spells up yet. Does have a level deficit as well into the Zeri's. Likely going to be losing this tower. First tower goes to blue. Rift Herald will crash into blue side's mid tower in exchange. Karma went back down to the bot side, but no real need to. Her aid was required in the mid, where her Aurora saw her unfortunate end. The tower's not really doing all that much. Kinda surprising right there. Nice juggling of power while the Rift Herald, or the Grub minion, was kind of stalling it out for them. Honestly, kind of want to look back at that for a bit here. It's very interesting how it was done. Like, those Void Grubs are very disruptive to plays like this. Like, they took, what was that, like 1 or 2 shots from the towers before swapping over to Braum. Like, if those Void Grubs weren't there, that would have been a kill for red side. At least one. Very strong in terms of dive coordination. Especially when there's no minions around. Ornn getting insanely strong poke off onto the Darius. Avoids the pull yet again. Top lane's been pretty interesting this game. Support's coming back to the mid. Mid laners going to the bot. Don't think Karma really needs to stick around though. I think he's pretty fine. Got a tower there for his safety. Vi's rounding up towards the Raptor. Could position yourself towards that bot side there, especially with the tower dead. Maybe make a play with the aura. But decides to stick it out as Lilia's making her way towards the top side with Ornn on the tower. Or yeah. Lissandra spotted rotating the middle, nothing gonna be coming of it. Any wave crashed. What's Ornn gonna be making next? Arc Treads for the Lilia and Lissandra. Fight led into the Braum. Wall is up. Will be taking the full hit of it. Countering with his own ultimate, but that's a lot of knockups going on. A lot of Zeri damage being dished out, but there comes the aura blocking everyone inside. Tripping dots to everyone. Bonk comes out from the Ornn. Ezreal and Vi took out the Lissandra, but the Zeri damage is just so incredibly powerful at the moment. Probably due in fact with the execution damage provided by the static Shiv in such a tight spot to fight that they were in. Ooh, very nice. However, Zeri dies. Gives a bounty over to the Vi. Not a very big bounty though, surprising. How much gold was she at? 9k. And she paid out a 150 gold bounty. If you watched Freak's latest video he output, they are working on adjusting bounties being more gold slanted rather than kill slanted in the future, but they're still working out the specifics. It'll be interesting to see how that pans out. Would probably have seen like a 500 or 700 gold bounty there onto the Vi there at that point. With those systems, they've been in place, but that is not the present and not what matters. What matters is Ornn took 4 hits and 200 damage, healing most of it back. And he is sitting on Warmog, so it's not like any of that really matters at this point. Team 2 going to be securing Dragon as Darius is up there taking the top lane with no opposition. Is there going to be anything else coming of this? Any towers, any minion waves? Their bot side is pushing in. Are they going to be turning this for something? One more Drake before... Well, they are on Soul Point at this point. Elder is seemingly going to be open up before around 25 minutes, counting spawn time. But at this point, it seems like Team is afraid to actually do anything too offensive, while Big Back is being notably more aggressive. Seems to be a bit of split objectives in terms of Team's mid laner and bot laner priorities, which is part of the reason why the fight seemed to be going one way and then heavily shifting the other. You keep seeing Zeri and whomever is protecting Zeri at the time dropping toward too low health, but suddenly spiking up significantly. There comes the Vi hitting under tower. Tower goes down, however. 3 hits on the Drowsy. Oh, just 2 actually. Vi turning in for the Zeri again, but her health is just going to be melting down. Ezreal blinking over the wall. Is inside of the Aurora wall, which I'm not sure if that's actually restricting or not. Lissandra coming in to lock down Aurora, preventing her from doing anything else significant. Geiko and his support are both extremely low. He can't really do too much for protection at this point. Levi and Zeri can jump in and do whatever they want to him at any point. There comes the flash to take him out. Very risky to be doing that, especially if you're not keeping track of flash timers like that. It is absolutely worth it for Lissandra flash or something like that because, unfortunately our bot side isn't pushing him, but they can rotate towards this top, maybe take out the inner turret, get a bit of pressure on the top setup for Baron. With Lysandra pushing the bot side at this point, teleport is going to be up for her, so she can safely purchase and reset for a play if they wanted to. Seems like they're going to be 3-manning the Ornn as he tries getting out, does successfully manage to do so, but with a cost of his flash. Once again backing. Will they be making an attempt for Baron here in a bit? Big Mac. That is a 2,000 gold lead now for the Zeri over the Ezreal, despite same kill count and 30 CS difference. 250 gold bounty on the Zeri, with a notable gold lead on her team. Ornn Masterworks making their way out, however. Gonna see a bit of a power spike onto Geiko, see how he makes use of it. Yeah, item build pass at this point. Is he going for Cyrillas? Is that what the Brutalizer is for? We shall see. Yep, there is the Baron play. They did have bot pushed out. Aurora is teleporting in. They will be charging that. Has some Baron damage, gonna be poking down onto the Karma. They are deciding to turn this fight. Let's see how it goes. I don't really think it's a good time to be doing so. That is a lot of damage coming out towards Big Back, however. Lilia down, 5 still up for Team with the secure on the Baron, as Zeri is putting up a good fight. But I believe she will be going down here shortly. Yup, there is Geiko with the Trinity Force proc. That is a Baron steal. Well, kind of steal. Bit of a finagle, if you will. 5 kill, 0 death fight. And a very iffy looking situation. That is incredibly good for Team right there. But unfortunate they decided not to bum rush the mid tower after that, considering all their opposition was dead. A single back for the top lane minions is fair, but you know, could have gotten a bit more than that. And here comes the dragon. Are they going to be aiming for a pick? Not. Braum saw them. I don't. They did just back, so they could be in position for a 5v5. Vi is a bit low on health, but her smite is up. Ult is almost back up. Ornhorn is down, however, and that is a bit vital at this point. Couple ults down on Big backside as well. There comes Lysandra baiting out abilities. Get the knock up on Ornn for 2 people. Geiko finishing off Lysandra. Braum is out in the front. He will be going down to Ezreal as well. Another knock-up chain. And Zeri will be going down promptly as well. Perhaps? Nope! Geiko turning it around. Or with his death. As Low and Magoofy absolutely turned this, getting a lot of damage output, trying to chase him. And Amujura down. But Karma moves speed, lets her get away. That was a nice turn, but unfortunately the soul does look like it's still going to be going towards Team. But I guess they will get a bit of pressure on the mid lane. Enemy teammates or Team's members are going to be spawning up in a bit. So this tower will at least be going down. Perhaps a fair trade. They are opening inhib, but that does open up their opponents towards getting XP, considering they do have 2 Baron buffs. Will make it a bit hard, or at least match that early game and the early lane pushing strength with these super minions there, allowing them to pressure both the top and bottom sides of the map simultaneously. Maybe not, since their only teleport is on Lysandra. I guess they could. Darius can do well on his own. Oh. Very scary game. The gold value is back to relatively even at this point. Ezreal just past Zeri. And Zeri past Ezreal. But, you know, neck and neck for the AD carries. And it is relatively even otherwise across the board. Honestly, pretty crazy how close it is. Got 4 sitting mid. No pressure on bot just yet. Aurora making her way down there. Darius does not have Ghost, so she should be able to fight him on relatively equal terms. Geiko pushing in. Not going to be able to do much thanks to Zeri's static Shiv clear speeds. Horn takes a tower. Darius does not want to take his chances combating an Aurora. Especially with Vi not having been seen on their end for quite some time. As she is sitting there hovering towards the mid and bot side. Does spot out the Lilia. Lilia sees her. Darius moving up. Let's see if anything is going to happen to this. Is Vi going to int for the red buff? Runs out as her team takes the int tower. Darius has to head back to bot lane to catch that as they are being slowly pushed in. Baron buff is gone and the next Baron is up in a minute. Oh, my map is too big. Covering the other timers, but I guess those other timers kind of don't really matter. But it was partially covering up the Baron Elder timer, and that was annoying. Apologies. Gold still sitting even, not much really happening. Team is making exceptionally good use of the super minions coming down. Ezreal is nearing his level 16. Well, still even with Zeri. What's happening over here? Baron spawning in 30 seconds. Gotta get your priority. Bot lane is still relatively neck and neck. They do have a teleport to head there if needed. If Aurora kills the Darius, it could actually be terrible for Big Back. And it's not letting me look at Aurora. I forgot. It's like the game had a premonition of the important characters to look at to block me out from snapping to them. Vi's looking. Not in a great spot, but once again, it's somehow working out. Getting a knock up on a Braum, but he does block the Ram from going the rest of the way. There is a bit of a turn there. Aurora coming in, doing something. But Geiko is going to be sitting there with 100 health. Darius is going to be pushing the bot side. Drizzy is going to try and kill Geiko here. Puts himself in a bad spot, especially considering her move speed is notably higher than his. But, you know, he has Ezreal. That Q barely misses. Would have gotten the kill if Low clicks on him, he dies. Same thing for most of them, really. He's trying to do what he can. Be careful of the static Shiv, you know. Darius going to be pushing on the bot side. Trying to keep the lane relatively neutral in mid. Wants to put pressure on a Baron. They are locked in. A lot of damage hitting on Drizzy. Will get the kill. Wait. What? What hit him? Hold on. Ah, it hit the terrain. Oh. That is unfortunate for Geiko. I thought it was a Thornmail that killed him before the Lilia kill announcement. Alright, so... won't let me look at bot. So... Ezreal traded his life for the jungler. Unfortunate for Big Back as it shuts down their ability to safely do Baron while the opponents are coming back up. Well, I say safely, but they did have Ornn teleport, so it wouldn't really be safe, but it would feel safe if Lilia were still alive. But everyone is back up at this point, back to a neutral state, except Elder spawning in 30 seconds, and Big Back is in control of the bottom side river. Ornn seemingly getting caught out. Vi going onto them. Lot of damage going on Zeri, finally succeeding in getting the pick on her. As Lissandra goes down immediately afterwards, knock up from the Ornn, just hitting everyone over and over. Magoofy tries to get an execute onto Vi. Yep, does not succeed, as that is an ace. Teleport coming in from Ornn to try and push down the mid lane. You got 30 seconds on the timer. This is going to be a game end. Congrats to Team, as Spookiest will be taking the brunt of the tower damage for these minions. Insane back and forth throughout this match. Incredible job, Geiko, bringing it back up after the falling behind sometime in between. Incredible knockups from Spookiest, except for we don't talk about that Ornn Horn early on in the top lane fight. Had some good opportunities from Vi into disrupting big backside, but oftentimes went awry. And it was honestly kind of hard to tell how effective Aurora's stuff was, because her damage is a bit delayed and not very visually telling. Alright. That will be the end of game 1. I've just gotta wait for 2 to be set up. I shouldn't have backed out of that. Oh wait. I forgot to turn loop. I wanna make sure that this channel doesn't get copyright strike in. I'm sorry that I realized late that I skipped the post-game stat. I apologize. Rosie. Always sad to see dead accounts on friend request sent in. I guess they were moved after the invite last time. It looks like, or I guess I'll wait until they're all inside before I assume what sides they're going to be on. Notably, at least in terms of side skewing, red side is the strong side this season by a pretty darn considerable margin. It's like 10% or something. Whereas before the map change, it was like, you know, about 6% slanted towards blue. Change the... There we go. Alright. Here come Game 2's wave of bans. Is there going to be an Ezreal knockout here? Camille yet again. Knock knock, who's there? Let that sink in. I don't get it. Alright, once again, Camille ban, Hecarim ban, followed by a Blitzcrank and Thresh. Is there going to be a Nami third ban yet again? Indeed, there is. Are we going to see a switch up for team's final ban? For Phase 1? No, we are not. It is a perfect repeat. Let's go. Any adjustments in the team compositions? We shall see. Lee Sin first pick for the jungler this time around. Change up from the Lilia. Trying hard at aggressive carry junglers. Team opting for Zeri this time. Are they going to be trying to flex on Big Back? And there is the Jarvan pick. Been waiting for ya. Gotta get those dives. First was Vi, now we see J4. The most consistent champion since Season 1. The most significant change he's ever gotten is his W. Which honestly I'm surprised he didn't get compensation nerfs for. Like they wouldn't have to have been big, but you know. Going from a relatively weak shield with more power and is slow to a durable shield with basically the same strength and is slow. Alright. Bring back going for Kaisa Nautilus. Team going for Karma as the support yet again. However, it could still flex that mid or top. We shall see. Pantheon ban yet again. Followed by Aurora. Honestly, she has an as hard as it is to tell what the heck she's doing in fights, her ultimate just has so much presence. Like, even if you can't tell what the heck it's doing, so much. The Yone ban yet again. So far in terms of bans, bring back are the only ones with notable differences. Allow yet again. I would say one difference, but ban order is technically a difference as well. So 2 differences in this game's ban phase. And only 2 matching picks. On top, what is Bring Back going, or Big Back going to retaliate with this time? There's the Aatrox. So he's gonna go from hopefully using Ornn as a punching bag to using Ornn as a meat bag. Kinda surprised they're banning Camille so much. You know? Like, what's Team gonna do? Pick Camille themselves? Huh. 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 Honestly, not quite sure how I feel a blind Oriana or Lissandra hover in this composition they're going into. Uh, like, Lissandra can work to shutting down Jarvan pretty decently. Also, quick note, I'm really surprised that Lissandra ult does not have a knockdown effect. Considering what it does, honestly, or W as well, like, they definitely seem like abilities that should have knockdown effects. As much as I would hate it as a Rel user, I think it would be fitting. Alright, and then there is the Vel'Koz to counteract Lissandra. Heavy Poke versus Heavy Burst. Very easy for Lissandra to get close to Vel'Koz, but she can also be poked out like nothing. However, it could still be support Vel'Koz in mid Karma as well. We shall see. Yes. As they are going in for their lock-ins now. Alright, team composition. Assessments. Top lane Aatrox into Ornn. I believe the Ornn has more of the kill pressure there. Until Aatrox actually gets his hands on some items. I don't think that Lee Sin provides a lot of kill pressure in the top side. So, ideally, he would want to be ignoring that. Mid lane, in terms of safety, I do not believe that Lissandra has an incredible amount of safety into Jarvan. She does have some. It all depends on how well she uses her W to get, her E to get to safety in time, as well as Jarvan's prediction power. Whereas Vel'Koz into Lissandra and Lee Sin, he can only stop one. But so long as he has Flash, it makes it dangerous for either of them to get close to him. Unless Lee Sin does a very nice insect to avoid the knock-up after connecting Q with Vel'Koz. Time will tell. And then there is the bot lane matchup. Zeri and Karma into Kai'Sa and Nautilus. I want to say that I feel Zeri shouldn't have too hard of a time at least distancing herself from Nautilus whenever he attempts to ult her. Karma should have an easy time helping turn any fights from the Kai'Sa and Nautilus against them, once again thanks to her tether. Also, the shield will help Zeri distance as well. When junglers come to interfere in the bot, I believe that it will be significantly more dangerous for the for Big Back, just because Jarvan has a lot of precedence and disruptive power. Kai'Sa and Lee Sin are both relatively squishy. There is a huge amount of burst damage potential between Zeri, Jarvan, and Karma, as opposed to Lee Sin, his burst mostly relying on his Q. Kai'Sa kind of requires isolation and has to build up for a passive otherwise. Nautilus has a bit of what you can call burst, but not great. And also, Jarvan can kind of ignore some of Nautilus's power, so there is that. Alright, 3 minutes to load in. let's talk phases of the game this time, because I forgot last time. Early game power. Karma's got it good, Zeri not so much. Kaisa early game power is pretty decent. Nautilus is okay. So I would honestly put it relatively even just because of how good Karma's early game strength is. The top side, I would give early to Ornn, late to Aatrox, however it is iffy considering the amount of disruption on his opponent team, that being of the Ornn, Jarvan, and Vel'Koz, and there is no Braum wall against the Ornn this time around. The Lissandra, I don't feel that she is going to be a significant threat to the Vel'Koz in the later ends of the game. The early phase of the game, it all depends on the Lissandra's movements herself. And Lee Sin into Jarvan, if they meet each other in the jungle, I want to say that Lee Sin has the better fighting potential, but Jarvan has a lot of power in his kit to at least stall for rotation, and it should be easier for Karma to rotate. Actually, Karma and Nautilus should be able to put significant enough pressure on each other to prevent rotations. However, I do still think that Karma would have more power thanks to the move speed she has in her kit, while Nautilus kind of requires his Q to be able to navigate throughout. Aatrox should be able to rotate easier to at least give a bit of prio taking Void Grubs. Lee Sin should also have a much better time taking Void Grubs than Jarvan. Mid lane mana efficiency. Vel'Koz without a support item does not have great mana efficiency. Lissandra only really needs her Qs to take waves. Sometimes Q to help secure some of them, especially under tower. Then I don't know. Alright, let's see how this match will head out. Then alright. Let's see. I still can't look at numbers 1, Q, and 3.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
That is very... I can't use... Or wait, I can use 3.
30 seconds until
Yeah.
minions spawn.
So I can't look at top laners, and I can't look at Vel'Koz. Yet again. It's very unfortunate. And this is Worlds Patch, isn't it? Very unfortunate.
Minions have spawned.
No pressure from anyone yet again. There is going to be a bit of early game cheese going on for Big Back's end. See how that turns out. Are they going to be walking into... There's the hook. Ah, that damage isn't worth it. Even that final hit doesn't necessarily make it worth it, I feel. Oh, actually, there goes the flash. A bit of a misplay there from Karma. Are we gonna see another one? Geiko has to stay back at this point. If he walks forward, he's basically playing alone. There's the hook. Max range Q. Lost half of his health as a result. Fortunately, did not allow Kaisa to proc her passive. Is going to miss a melee minion there. Oh yeah, that Vel'Koz poke coming in nasty. Levi having to flash away. Zelda putting on the pressure with those Qs. Never underestimate geometry majors. I assume. What psychopaths would play Vel'Koz without being one? Ooh, Aatrox getting some really devastating power against the spookiest. Or spooiest. Boy. Must be a warehouse employee with that name. Much better off than the Darius game thus far in the top 4 big back send. I'll look there again in a bit. However, Lee Sin is hovering here. Bit of a Scuttle Crab contention. Nautilus rotating topside. Karma has to sit back. Just waiting for its health to get low. Smite is down on either jungler, actually. And Jarvan did have to leave. Scuttle going to Drizzy. Minion lost, though, for low. Oh, hook went out onto the Karma. Gonna be nuking her down. Low the man getting that kill. Gonna be doing a lot of damage to Geiko if they can get that last shot. Probably gonna be forced back. Yep. Health gone to waste as well. Unfortunate. At least Zelda guy is getting a lot of pressure put in the top side at the very least. But Goofy handling his lane pretty well, however he is seemingly behind in minions, fortunately. But it is what it is. Spooiest boy getting very nice CS and control for what he can, as I say it. Did he get both of those? Will he get this one? Nope. I apologize, I cursed. Nice Q. Yet another. Close. Dun. The levels up. Now Levi has to be very careful at this point. There comes the ultimate. It's just such an insane amount of damage from just standalone ultimate. Like, if Lissandra did not have her ultimate ready or usable... Hold on, let me see what happened up here. But if Lissandra didn't have her ultimate usable, it could have been really devastating. Ah, they're trying to go for Jizzy right here. Had to use his flash. Going away. Probably would have just hit the minions here, honestly, at that point. Not getting much else out of it. Drizzy going once again back to the rump, or at least... Okay then. So Jarvan just achieved his Grub supremacy at this point. Zelda guy going for the plate before his back. 1,000 gold. Did he really need that gold though? He had enough. For the item he is going to be buying, I would assume. Guess he's greeting it a bit. Probably going to be going for something else. Here comes the Nautilus Hex Flash. Going around his back. Getting the hook onto the Zeri. Geiko not in a great spot. However, Nautilus does not have ultimate, unfortunately, for that side. Misses the hook that time, fortunately for Geiko. What is the XP looking like, actually? Pretty darn close. Looks like level 6 this wave for Kaisa. Has to flash the hook, otherwise she's dead. Honestly, kind of makes sense why they keep banning Blitzcrank and, who's the other ban? I don't. Actually, was Nautilus banned the first game? Can't recall. Okay. Apologies. Not being able to snap to this lane makes it a bit hard. Alright, lots of damage coming in from Spooiest Boy onto the Aatrox. Aatrox does ult, getting a lot of health gain off of Ornn, flashes the Q3, gets him primed for another bonk, but Magoofy will walk away. Flash in, misclick from the Jarvan, but Spooiest does secure the kill onto Magoofy. As there is positioning for the bot lane here. Drizzy does not have ultimate, but he does land the Q for the kill onto Geiko as Eon will get out from the tower. 2 for O tower dive. Gold funneled from the plate to both Kaisa and Lee Sin. None for the Nautilus, as is routine. As Zelda Guy is making his way down, trying to get a kill onto one of them. Will Scour does land. Doesn't cast any abilities, however, to follow up. Will he get multiple? Nope. Only scores one. Unfortunate for Zelda Guy. Did have flash up. There was just so much crowd control. He tried to get off what he could, but unfortunately it was not enough. Levi playing safe, got their plate, backing off. How much gold you got to spend? 900. That is enough to upgrade and get possibly an amplifying tome. Got a bit of a scuffle up in top side. Ooh, Magoofy pushing on a strong advantage. Spooiest used his burst. Magoofy backed off there. However, his ultimate isn't up. Doesn't want to push his luck with Ornn ult at the ready. Here it comes. Ornn Horn into the bonk and killing that Darkin. Ah, 2-0 versus 0-2 top lane. I'm getting deja vu. Magoofy's performing a bit better than he was as the Darius at the early phases versus the Ornn, but that mid power, or early mid power of the Ornn is just so intense. If you let him get those bonks, he's gonna make you hurt. I wasn't looking. I wasn't looking. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Gotta get in a good position. Can't get relaxed. Missed the W. Goes in, lands an auto attack. He's not in tower range just yet. Really low on health at this point. It seems like they're trying to bait something, but yeah, flash the Q. Nothing really came of it. Misjudging of power right there is all I can say on Zelda's part. He was feeling very confident. His ult wasn't even ready, actually. Or he got killed during the channel and just went on micro cooldown. Who knows? Maybe he thought Levi wasn't going to be quite so confident. Let me look. Okay. There comes the bonk almost. Yeah, about a third of Magoofy's health from that set. Gonna be two-man top at this point. Spooiest forging his next item, going to... Ooh, that is a big power increase, the Sunfire Cape. There were 4 topside, but none of them are looking at him. Instead, they're looking for the Rift Herald with Vel'Koz applying pressure. Will he get this bonk? Nope, he got a charge instead. Zelda. Oh, it's not even Rift Herald, it's Grubs. Hitting 4 of them. Geiko is having the time of his life down on the bot side. Zelda guy doing what damage he can as the enemies are making their way towards him. Does use his flash. Everyone is pretty low health, however. Levi nearly didn't die there. Aspuyas comes in, gets yet another kill for Team. Hook landed. Eon is in danger, however, where he is. Does get killed by the Ornn. As Kaisa flashes in, secures a shutdown from the Ornn. How much gold was that? Only 250. Then another 250 gold bounty going to the Karma. Unfortunate. Pretty intense fight there. Gold from Ornn going to somewhere he did not want it to, unfortunately. That 2,000 lead he's got, however. Teleporting back to get a ample amount of minions, however. This is XP looking like he is 11, so... Oh, that is a big XP gap. He should be giving no quarters, to be honest. But looks like there's a dragon fight coming along, so Geiko not in a good position. Nautilus, or he wasn't in a good position, but now they've turned it successfully. Eon trying to do what he can, won't get much off as Geiko gets out successfully, but both kills going towards Jarvan, unfortunately. As we got a little fight here on the Vel'Koz, preventing Kaisa from getting her rotation off. Well, as she turned back, I guess. Does successfully land everything, gets the ult off. Kaisa does not have her own as she slowly gets melted. You see, that is the scary damage the Vel'Koz. Ooh, Ludens. There comes Drizzy. Decides not to use his flash. I don't know about you, but enemy Lee Sins in ranked would definitely just W up, flash, ult me into the Q and W for a free kill. But it is what it is. Trying to go for another bonk tower, not really doing much to Spurious in the first 2 shots. Looks like there's a play trying to be made. Just pointing out a bit of invasion wards. Drizzy making his way top, not quite sure what he thinks he's going to be able to do. Spooey's got 4 levels on him as Lee Sin. And Eclipse isn't going to be doing too much into a Sunfire plus Bramble, you know? Ooh. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. What are these things that keep happening? Geiko and Lo just doing some trades as Eon comes in from the side. Geiko's still just standing there trying to taunt. Going like, yo, I'm just going to run over the wall as soon as you get close. And then, nope. Got hit by the hook. The hitbox for champions versus hitbox for terrain is a bit different. Keep in mind.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
They will be making a play for Rift Herald. Now, due to the heavy skew of champion allocation in their positionings, looks like they want to do a 3v4, I guess? Here comes the Ornhorn, maybe? Failure to steal. There comes the knock-up. Jarvan down, Spurious does get a double knock-up on his own, but there's not really much damage coming out in that. Aatrox coming in, does get the knock-up onto Amujur. Vel'Koz landing a kill, but he will die himself as Geiko gives one themselves as well. Oh. I do not think that was a great play to be going on. Ornn, you are quite ahead of your laner at this point in the game, but if you look towards the rest of your teammates, I guess Vel'Koz is strong, but Zeri is quite behind. Karma does not have much of a direct fight impact as Nautilus does. Honestly, I feel like most of the damage from that was probably from the Lissandra more than anything, especially with her passive popping out. While Team was banking heavily on the Ornn, Jarvan, and Vel'Koz together to be doing too much. But the Vel'Koz ult range isn't quite as far as they would have wanted it to be.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Alright. Big Back trying to get top tower at this point as they lost their own mid. Zelda guy putting some pressure onto Levi. Some rotations here and there. Low getting a lot of damage off because there's no magic resist on Spooey. Ooh, Levi nearly dead at this point. Back is forced, will be heading on turn. No minion wave for Zelda guy to work with. Ah, he could have just walked that. Top tower went down, here comes the crash. Getting the knock. Why did you snap away, camera? I had control. They did get the slam. Zelda guy is dropping a bit low on health, but Levi doesn't have their ultimate at this point, so Lee Sin's going to be hovering down. Zelda's going to be back off because there is vision. As Dragon is spawning here in a bit. Champion skew is pretty lopsided. I want to look at Ornn. I press 1, doesn't snap to Ornn. Or Q. Okay, doesn't get caught out in the 2v1. Again, Ornn's resistances do not matter because they don't exist into Kai'Sa. They will be taking that top tower for lots of gold being additionally funneled into Kai'Sa in exchange for a Mountain Drake, which is the best of the Drakes. Lee Sin gonna try and steal. Don't think he's gonna be getting it though. No chance. No chance that he's stealing this. No. Alright, that is a Mountain Drake for 1.5 towers. And the gold diff between 80 carries, 2.5k. Let's see if Geiko's going to be able to make up for it this time around. It doesn't quite seem to me that he is going to get to flex his opponent's previous match pick on him this time around. We got Baron Nashor spawn in 30 seconds. Considering his Kai'Sa that is fed on Big Back's team, does mean a vital team fight could lead to its capture and a significant push immediately following, so you definitely want to get that bot lane pushed out. Alright, Ornn being taken on by Lissandra and Lee Sin. Dropped to half health at this point. Lee Sin's not really doing much to him. It's the Lissandra cooldowns he has to be worrying about. But there comes the W from the Kaisa to secure. And Vel'Koz is left all alone. Does get the kill on Lissandra, however. Is that the vital team fight we're looking for the Baron secure? Geiko has to sit back because Drizzy is a bit of a threat to him. Does flash away from the Q. Does land the kill. Low and Eon in dangerous positions, but the Q is landed, and Kaisa following up for the execution. Unfortunate. Avoid the Q, save the world, as Aatrox was not even in the fight and taking his time pushing down that bot side. Objectives being won while fights are also being won. Not looking good for Team 2, especially with that 11-2 on the Kaisa. Dare I say we're headed in for Game 3 at this point. We shall see. Next dragon spawning in 2.5 minutes as pinged by the Kaisa. Literally a second before it starts spinning. Funny. Now, as you look for a sec, you see there's only a 3,000 gold lead for Big Mac, but if you look where the gold is, most of the gold advantage the team has on any other units is in their tank, which is not where you want that gold to be, ideally, as well as levels, because Vel'Koz is starting to fall behind his teammates, but I guess he's on par with the opponent's levels. Zeri is falling hard behind with a 2-level deficit, however, as not to mention the gold value. It's 4k. Jarvan went for the Edge of the Night, I assume to block himself from being interrupted on his gauge. But just how easy is it going to be for him to maintain that? They have no idea where Lee Sin is at this point. You see him lining her up on the side, basically saying, try me. Try us, I guess. Swing on over to bot as we got a fight going on. Aatrox sitting half health into the orange. Lee Sin's making his way down there. Turns right around back. Got that ward sitting in the dragon pit. Deciding not to do anything about it. Otherwise, see him. Still has not been sighted. But he hasn't been seen for a while, so they can only assume that he's looking for something. But what he's looking for, they do not quite know. Deciding to go in for the Baron as Dragon's coming up. That is actually a very fair trade if they manage to pull it off. However, suspicions are rising. And they are absolutely correct on it. But are they going to be successfully cornered? Nope, forced off. But showing their intentions. Ooh, Ornn caught out. Unfortunate. As Geiko trying to come in, gets the ult off. Has Nautilus uses ultimate. There comes the Kaisa to finish off Geiko. Not much coming from the Vel'Koz, however, he does manage to finish Lissandra's health bar before he gets taken out. As you will see Big Back push in to take this inhib at this point. Karma is alone, she's not going to be able to do anything really against 3 high health enemies. See an inhib go down. Are we going to see actually a base tower going down as well? I doubt it. Yeah. There's the turn. I don't think you really have it in yet to push this tower. Like, sure, you can force the minions. You are going to be getting the Mount Drink since Lee Sin's down there. He could even push down the bot side or reset and then push the bot side to deny some minions from the enemy team as well. And then you start a... Yeah, Sandra's moving down there to force it, but her teleport's actually not up. That was a really long dragon kill. Lee Sin's itemization is not the best thing for killing monsters at the moment. Aatrox will be spotted trying to recall. Pressure incoming. All the teleports are down for BB. Okay, wave states, wave states. Bot side is pushing towards team, top side is being pushed out by Kaisa. You have to push past the midpoint, otherwise it won't actually push in towards the enemy side, however. Team pushing the bot back in. Sandra will be there to catch it and return it. What are you doing up here? Jarvan got caught out. Amazure getting caught out. You see Geiko recalling over there. Replay real quick. I keep getting caught off guard by all this stuff that's happening. Saw Nautilus, instant engage. With your trusty karma right there. Are you feeling that next moment right now or something there? Gotta get your game face on. You gotta keep in mind where your allies are. You gotta keep in mind where your vision is when you make those plays. So that you're not walking into a trap. Then, you know, if you're engaging on the enemy's tank, there's a lot of distance from the enemy that you gotta be making sure of. That you've got covered. Oh, almost landed on low. Kaisa sitting on full build at this point. 16k, 27 minutes in, full. Zeri sitting on 3 items. Not quite full build, not quite a Zanya's accessible build. That is a lot of gold slam. I'm sorry. I don't know why pressing AA brought up the timeline. There is the bot lane push. They do have 2 teleports to work with. They have super minions pushing the mid lane, and Aatrox is pushing the top side. They have all the power at their disposal and not try and rush this push. Ornn is making his way down. They just need to take their time, let the mid wave stack with super minions before they start their next push. Fight with the Baron minions because they do a lot of damage. Let them stack up as best you can. There comes the minions. You see Ornn rotating back to mid. Jarvan positioning himself on the side. But Ornn can't really kill super minions all that fast. Aatrox is pushing further on the top side. You have ample amount of map pressure. Make good use of it. Big back, and you've got this in the bag. Ornn is already pulled off. You can see he's struggling with the super minions. He's not the one that you want focusing on that. Now there's 2 people in the bot. You see, you're working this well. Keep going, work it slowly. Let the mental game get to the enemy before you start the physical. You're fighting against 4 once again now. I'm gonna back off. Support your mid lane minions this time, however. You're still waiting for a big wave to finally reach you down there. You're sitting there doing nothing. You gotta swing over, proxy that wave, protect it. No longer supers, inhibitors back up. However, Aatrox is doing a good push there. He did get that tower. Are they gonna be getting this base tower, putting a lot more pressure onto Team? They are. There comes the Kaisa mark onto Karma. Alt in, get that lock. Geiko down, Zelda guy down, Spooiest running for his life. Surrounded. Trying to get the Oran Horn. Does get a knockup. Personal Vendetta secured to Lee Sin, but he will be going down to low main. No, actually, am I goofy? Nope. Lissandra dies to the tower, but it won't matter, as their teammates will take care of the rest. Game 2. Going to Big Back. All right, on to Game 3. We are currently sitting at 1-1. First game went to Team 2. Second game went to Big Back Laners. Alright, and let's get this Game 3 draft underway. I want to see some different bans just for the heck of it. Throw me something funny. I want to see an Urgot ban. He is very prevalent right now. Alongside Vex. Who's about as irrelevant as them? Rek'Sai. Unfortunately, Rek'Sai is a cool champ. Honestly, I wonder if Rek'Sai is someone that they should do a mid-scope to give her some meatier feel to her gameplay. Kayn Yuumi funnel. There's nothing to miss if there's a Yuumi, just saying. Alright, they're remaking the draft link. They mixed up links. Both teams are drafting for red side. Wait, no, bro. You sent blue and red link. Alright, Team Blue side this time. Give me a sec to commentate on the drafts while I fix up the in-game team sides. I did not. I did not see the funnel strats. Okay, the bans were Blitzcrank, Darius, Aatrox. I guess they want to force something new in the top side. BBL's bans going to Nami, Hecarim, and Camille yet again. Aurora first pick. Into Leona and Ivern. Alright, let's see. Team opting for the Jinx to carry this pick. The Zarya was a bit of a no-no last time around. However, not quite sure how I feel about a Jinx into Leona. That seems a bit dangerous, especially with an Ivern there. Gonna have to have some extremely good peel for it. From Tarek? Yeah, I can see Tarek work a bit. Maybe, I don't know. It's kinda hard to say. Alright, locking in for the Braum. At least that is some counter engage, which is useful. Fast run back to the Zarya as well. There's the Yone pick as he is finally open for BB. Orin ban hover. Not gonna give him 3 games in a row, I guess. Samira ban and Ilawi's out and Pantheon yet again. I don't know why, but I saw like this is a head for some reason, and then this is like an extension to it for a free bet. Even though I saw him banned in all 3 previous matches, I'm sitting there like, this doesn't look very familiar. Ooh, running back the Zeri for big back. Game 1, she performed pretty darn well until Ezreal got kind of out of control for them. Not to mention all the dive power burst. Ooh, TT with the Morgana hover. Wonder how that feels alongside the Aurora. Kind of restrict everyone from escaping that. Safer and easier to coordinate than a Morgana and Rel setup. Thanks to the insane range provided from Aurora. Then a Renekton blind pick in the top. I assume that is to counteract the shields from the Ivern and Yone. Very strong Yone as well. Basically the secondary pick you would want into him other than Pantheon. But that is a mid Yone, so probably. Irelia last pick. This is gonna be a bloodbath of a game. Gonna take a bit of a pause. Looks like they're taking a quick restroom break. I am going to replenish my water and get me a snack in the meantime. Be sure to type out your wild speculations, how you think it's gonna go, and I'll check it over on my time back. I am back. But still a bit of pause before I go on to examine the compositions. Actually, I'll be able to see what the matchup is here. Alright, so top lane is Renekton into Irelia. Mid lane is Aurora into Yone. I know I could have expected that with BBL's mid laner having Yone in his champion repertoire. You know, you can never be safe. So Renekton into Irelia. Honestly, not sure how the matchup works, but I know that Renekton tends to be a strong pick into most champions. In the early game, it tends to be kind of a skill matchup with most of them. So we'll see how that kind of goes. Morgana jungle, I assume. Now, the Morgana jungle could possibly pose a threat to the Irelia. Renekton's stun kind of guarantees that her root will land. And with that, her ult, if she even goes top post 6. In the mid lane, Aurora versus Yone. I wanted to say Aurora has the advantage just because they designed her to be able to have the advantage in that. Jungle matchups, Morgana into Ivern. Ivern has... He is more disruptive, but the power that Morgana has compounded alongside Aurora could make her dangerous. We'll see about that, though. Then, I guess most of the eyes this match are going to be into the bot lane. Zeri, I forget how exactly her chained lightning works through Braum Wall, if it even does. I would assume it does, which is unfortunate for Braum because it just means that she just power scales him out. And Leona damage is pretty darn good. Braum's is okay, but Leona's just crazy. However, she is strictly single target lockdown. Braum can inflict upon multiple, thanks to how his passive works. Q and his ult. Leona ult is significantly less reliable for hitting multiple targets. And she doesn't really have a lot of assistance in landing her ultimate on any opponents at all, actually, for the most part. Like, she has an Irelia, who has a skill shot stun. She does have the slow, at least, so there is that Leona can work off of. She could wombo it off onto the Yone ult if he lands a really exceptionally good one, but we'll see how that goes. But is there actually much they can capitalize on if they even do that? Not quite so sure, especially since Braum is there, but... And Yone, Leona, Ivern don't really care about Braum all that much. Zeri also kind of doesn't really care about Braum. Like, he can block the initial alt cast, but everything after that it's mostly going to be pointless. So unfortunately, I would have to say swap. I want to say that early game is the only chance that I would say that Team has to... What the heck? Yeah. Unfortunately, I would say that early game is the only time that I could actually see Team getting ahead, and they have to secure a very early win. Otherwise, I kind of fear for their late game state. Because I don't really know just how effective Braum is going to be in this match. We'll see, though. If he can be effective, then it should be great. And Alves at least has a incredible amount of use into Leona and Ivern, so there's that. And it's not like Yone can do anything through Morg Spell Shield either, so. Yo there, Bardio. And there is that level 2. Not getting anything out of it, however. There's the turn. Just got in range of Leona. Morgana coming in from the sides there. He already used the wall ride. Very dangerous. They are going to have to fight. Leona going in hard. Will get stunned, however. Kill going to the Braum, unfortunately. Jinx being taken out by Low. Who are they giving this kill to? Trying to give it to the Morgana, but okay. Did manage to secure it. The wave state is not good, however, for Geiko. Renekton abilities are all on cooldown. So while the trade versus Magoofy kind of started pretty alright, got worse and worse as time went on. Particularly due to 5-stack Irelia. Trying to invade, it looks. Maybe? Or just going for the scuttle. Smite will be up in a bit. Does he want to use the smite? Leona getting out with just a bit of hurt. Ivern getting caught by the Morgana root, but not really going to do much. Irelia does have teleport, so she's going to be back here in a jiffy. Necton already had... Or no, he didn't. Oh, he just full-on recalled and returned. Sitting on 600 gold right now. Irelia bought her recurve bow. Not sure if he wants to get up that close right now. Bone plating's destroyed. Baiting. Leona being caught, but it's used as bait. Jinx did avoid the Q from Ivern, but gets caught by the Leona E. However, Morgana is there to punish the Leona. Just gonna get out just fine. Plenty of resists. Leona using his teleport to head mid, 'cause why not? Of course, of course. They're gonna be aggression here. Do they have a feeling that Leona is gone, considering Zeri's level 5? They might, you know? And she's back. She was missed. Can't snap to top lane! Aurora trapping the Yone in. He does have his ultimate to escape if needed. Does have his Q3 stacked up. Jinx finally taking time to reset. Very potentially deciding not to on a cannon wave. Be forcing it instead. Aurora trying to run away from Yone, successful, but Yone does have his ultimate. Q3 stacked at the moment, a bit dangerous for Zelda. We'll see how it goes. Okay. Heading up here. Alright, Ivern shield onto Irelia. Renekton taking a considerable amount of damage, gets a bit of a heal, waiting for his abilities to come back. Irelia flashes away with very low health. Ivern Q's a minion. What's the plan? Yes, throw a shield onto Irelia versus Renekton. Because he has no tools to get through that. Alright, looking back to mid for a bit. I will try and swap to bot immediately if I see anything going on fishy. Right now, it's a bit tense here. Zelda's low on mana, has no ultimate. Levi does still have his ultimate. There's Leona. Comes Levi. All he needed was Q3. Just holding on to his ult, because why not? But yo, Morgana got grubs. Leo still sitting on boots 1, does get spotted out by a control ward. Ivern is down below. 4 versus 3 bot side? 4 versus 2. Morgana ward clearing. Aurora's still there. Are they opting for a tower dive? Okay. Renekton and Irelia deciding to fight at tower. Plenty of minions to heal off of. Let me look at his cooldowns. Waiting on his W. Gets a really nice Q off. Avoids Irelia's stun. Gets the E. Into the stun. Into big Q. And she took a tower shot. Oh. Wanted to crash the wave, but didn't. Or not really crashing the wave, but she tried to style, but it didn't quite work out. Another 2 versus, yeah. Braum dead, Zeri going haywire, All's taking lots of hits, Aeon dying to the pool from Morgana. Flash from Ivern yields no results as Daisy walks away sad. Ooh, Zeri going over the wall for the Jinx, still in ultimate, I think? Nope, nope. But plenty of damage, however there is the shield from Geiko. Daisy is moving super fast. Good flash from Zeri. Hold on, I want to see something really quick. Daisy never seems that fast for me. I just gotta understand this, you know? Man, it's so weird. She never feels like she's moving that fast to me. Like, she's going 430, but it's still like she's not even gaining any distance on anyone. I apologize for that. Little distraction. As we got Renekton now proxying Irelia. So that you can get a good clean recall. How much gold to spend? 1700. Wonderful. Dominus is off cooldown, so missing ping. Leona gonna be looking for Renekton. If Renekton were actually still there, she would kind of get vaporized though. Potentially. Oh, get out of here, bot. Okay. Leona just running forward. Gets the slow off on Geiko, but not amounting to much. Just walking away. Pixel warded as they walk through a ward themselves. Oh no, the trap's there. Braum ult coming out. Shots being blocked, but Zeri going right behind. Leona is Alona. As Lomain getting chased down by the excited Jinx, however, given the shutdown to Morgana, who is now 4-0. Wild stuff. Oh my god, top lane, what are you doing? Okay. So, Ivern making his way through on Vision. Renekton is like, yo, I want to tower dive. Oh no, he didn't want to tower dive. He diced out and then got caught by all of the CC. And doesn't have the cooldowns yet to make anything, so opted for a Bork first item. As we got Aurora here, trying to trap Yone. Did quite a fair bit. His ult is on cooldown, however. He's trying to get his Q stacks. Not amounting to much, however. Ooh! Man, I saw that! I saw that! As I was looking at the grubs, I was like, oh no, there's a missile! Hold up, let me just get that so it can be. Yone with the flash. Gets away from Aurora, perfectly safety, and what's this? A Jinx Super Mega Death Rocket! Getting her second kill. Incredible. Irelia TPing to top side. Ivern is hovering. There is a ward. Not sure if he knows about it. He definitely has no suspicions that Ivern's sitting right there. Decides to recall. As what is going on with the zoning down bot? Geiko is afraid to step up. Braum is not there. Has IE into a static shiv. Low back is against a wall though. Does have minions. Ult gets a huge damage chunk onto Geiko. Shots going through Braum as best he can. Chunks him down below half health. Aurora's working her way over to try and trap him out, however. There are still minions holding onto the tower for them. But here she comes. Misses the hit onto Zeri. Does land it onto the Leona, however. Ult comes in from Yone. Won't amount to much. Ults in retaliation. Don't catch him on the rebound. Leona going in, because why not? 2 stacks on her. She wouldn't survive anyway. Redemption on top of low main. Ivern in the back. letting her get out as Daisy sits back and ponders life. Super Mega Death Rocket not going to connect this time. I did see that play happen down up top, and we'll go back to see it in a second. So Irelia did see the Morgana there. Bit of proxying going on. Denying as much XP as he can from Irelia on those minions. She just has to sit there. If she walks up, she basically takes way too much damage. Speed it up a bit. Yo. I wasn't even paying attention to Morgana moving down there. And Irelia just fell asleep. Oh, man. You're just standing there, we're having Mexican standoff. Not even the spectator nor the player is giving any mind to the Morgana literally walking around. As we already saw this stuff that transpired. I think? Oh no, we didn't. Okay, they all backed off. And yeah, I guess Zelda guy thought that staying near a very thick wall was safe versus very unfortunate. Then here comes the Braum! Geiko still has no health. Either Lo or Geiko breathe on the other will die, so. And what is going on up here again? Come on. Okay. Herald is gone. I can look at bot again without worry because everyone is resetting. Nothing's going to happen except Lo Mein is inting for a kill on Geiko. What? Just happened? Why are there so many bots right now? Alright, Ivern coming down with Leona. With Leona. High damage setup, but Geiko overstayed his welcome. Shut down from Jinx, going to the Leona. With, okay, Aurora coming from behind, knocking Ivern pretty darn low, but he is just great bait, 8 out of 8 regardless. As Aeon just taking frontline duty, is Eric coming over the wall, surprising the bunny. As Braum runs from the tower. Zeri takes a hit, but Braum is out of there. Alright, Renekton just taking topside jungle camps, because why not? It's not like Ivern needs a red buff or anything. As Ivern is trying to command the entire bot side of the map, which, honestly, all power to him. And Renekton's surrounded by 3 enemies, still taking Raptors, why not? Below the Moon getting out of there. Or Low the Man, I don't know why I said Moon. There comes the slam. Leona engaging onto Geiko, gets out with the Morgana shield. However, there's the aura wall locking everyone in, securing the kill on Leona, getting a second kill onto Ivern, going to the Morgana. Kill number 6. Zanya should be up next time she backs, has 1,800 gold, so absolutely should. Maybe considering going for that. This is maybe a bit of a dangerous dragon attempt, depending on how Big back depends to handle it. That was a lot of damage from Zeri's W. Recall onto Vision. Zeri will opt for some tower hits down there in mid. Olive's running over, still no chance to get the Zhonya's Hourglass. As she jumps over the wall, gets away as Leon is there to back up with Mobies. Not Mobies, tier 1 boots. Why is she so fast? And she'll get locked down herself. Kill goes to Geiko. Nice funneling. Olives didn't need the gold, and it went where it needed to be. Alright. Both sides seem to be well inside of this match, so long as they play properly. Team looking quite alright. But I will say that there have been a lot there have been a lot of silly mistakes on either side. Ah, the move speed was from the Warmogs, that's right. It looks like she's running Mobies with how fast she's going, but she's tier 1 with Warmogs. Yone trying to catch Geiko, not quite landing it. There's the Leona ultimate, but Morgana's shield is placed cleanly on top. So not much you can do about that. Levi getting very low. Lots of people grouping up trying to get the redemption heal. Not gonna quite be an— oh! Low got out! Trying to kite the Renekton. Geiko. Everyone is stacking on Magoofy for the kill there. Yone is trying to get out. I don't think he's going to. He did avoid the wall from Aurora, but can't get out of that. Oh, nice flash. Alright, game state other than what's going on. Bot lane, top lane, both pushing out right now. Baron is up, you gotta position yourself for it. You do have a Aurora pushing on the bot side. You do have a match push somewhat, pulling people off of her. She's trying to rotate mid. Doesn't seem like she wants to engage with Irelia. Oh, we got 5 mid, no one's top side at the moment, however. You do have Renekton teleport to work with. Aurelia's pushing bot side, has no teleport, while Yone's making his way to top. Objective bounties are up for red team right now, with kill bounties being placed on Jinx and Renekton. Renekton having a significant gold lead with only 150 bounty on him though. Crazy. And Jinx is basically behind gold from Zeri with a bounty. New bounty system, ASAP please. Look at that. 8-1 Morgana with no bounty on her. Eon trying to turn on to Geiko. Morgana isn't there for the spell shield to be placed, or well, she is there for the spell shield, just decided not to place it onto her. As Daisy comes in with a slow bomb, got the double Yone ultimate into excessive follow-up. There's the Morgana ult, gonna be locking one of them down. What's Zelda guy gonna be able to do with that? Nothing, as Low cleans house. Renekton trying to get pressure on the bot side of the map while that fight was going on, decided not to teleport in to give assistance to his team. probably was the correct call considering how high health low the man is at right now. But you also have Lowe's teammates spawning in to counteract that bot side pressure that Renekton's been putting. While it looks like Lowe should be able to get this inner turret tower gold together with Drizzy. Beautiful, 318 split.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Blue buff is a go. You got a ward down there to track who's going to be going towards the dragon. Helpful information for team. See what they decide on for it. And though the Zeri burst damage is just crazy. Alright, Dragons start from team. Infernal Drake number 1 and Drake number 2 at 23 minutes. That means they've got Infernal Soul clocked in at 28 minutes before they have a shot at acquiring it. Let's swing at the top side. Back up a bit. Alright. Renekton wanting to stop the Irelia, got the bone plating proc, only one additional plating was injured. Magoofy doing nothing to Renekton there, just basically one-sided the whole way. As you got this engagement over here, Aeon trapping people down, 3-man Yone ult! Low the man getting taken down by Zelda guy, however. Amuzur running off with low health. Sitting back to let his Warmogs like fill back up. Daisy getting a lot of nuisance power upon Zelda guy there. Does get killed eventually, poor Daisy. Successful top push suppression by the Renekton. And some beautiful ultimates from the Yone. Generally seemingly coming after the Leona ults rather than after the Leona ults are worn off. Which, you know, pretty darn good. So, lots of value coming off that. Just a shame that Low died to Aurora there, because it kind of killed the momentum. But it is what it is. 10 kill difference and a 6k gold difference. At least Zeri is sitting comfortably in a position where she can do plenty of stuff. The gold on Ivern doesn't matter quite so much, but Irelia is struggling. Leona turning on, but Braum is there. Morgana flashes over the wall. Braum bringing his wall up. Not really much they can do in that 1v3 situation. Flash from Geiko. This is going to be a lot of pressure being pushed on inside of Big Back's base right now. Team heard my comments at the beginning of the match, and they want to put everything they can to make my prediction as incorrect as they can. As Yone comes in with a beautiful ult. Geiko's still extremely low. There comes the Ivern Redemption for a bit of damage. Only gets a bit, but that is a bit enough for Magoofy to take down the Jinx. Irelia dies shortly afterwards. Levi is alive, at least at the moment, as Rel runs in from nowhere and transforms into Leona immediately. Renekton just casually pushing up top side. Level 17. Renekton. Almost 300 CS at 26 minutes. And he is putting a lot of hurt onto Leona. She flashes out barely with her life. Spooiest boy, just a madman doing what he can. So many shields trying to keep Yone alive, just enough to take down Renekton's Guardian Angel. But that's not really going to be enough to, you know, put any dent into this Baron Nashor effort. 2 lives for an item. carry's dead, your mid laner's dead. Leona's just sitting there trying to hold on to as much gold for other champions that have way more value of it than her to take care of it. As well as the XP. Irelia just now hitting level 15. Alright. Renekton is level 17. Irelia is level 15. She's the highest level champion on her team. Zeri is in desperate need of XP. Is constantly sharing it with her teammates at this point, which is very unfortunate. Alright, there comes Renekton from the rear. Eon, once again, getting slowly poked down. Levi getting caught out by the Renekton. He's looking for a good ultimate engage opportunity. He does land it on one opponent, all sitting there, no health. Barely dies as she pops out onto the Irelia ultimate. Drizzy running super low on health. Daisy dies as Braum and Zelda guy push their way in. I am sorry, Amusor, but your name is hard to pronounce. While Zelda guys is much easier. As Ivern's getting tracked down by the Spoo and Geiko. Alright. And the base will be gone. Game 3. Maybe over here? Got Leona charging in. Braum and Aurora hitting the tower. 2 people spawn, 3 people spawn. Zelda guy gonna be dying here. Maybe? I mean, Zor wants this match to end, keeps bonking the base, but it's definitely not going to be enough as Geiko is left alone, gets hit by the slow of Leona ultimate, followed by the root. Kill going to be going to low. Yup. That is unfortunate, but Team is going to do what they can to try and lock down that Elder, or not Elder, freaking Infernal Soul. Give themselves a bit more of a power boost than they already have. On top of their significant gold advantage at this point. And it is going to be ridiculously difficult. See how everything is going to be ending up here with still such a significant amount of XP needed for Big Back's AD carry. Be able to provide substantial, or to receive a substantial power spike in these team fights, which they desperately need. Yone as well needs to work towards that, which he is. 1 level away from getting his level 16 power spike. There was a wave of minions down in the below. Just needs a bit more gold for his Infinity Edges. Really wanting to be taking a fight right now. Does get an ult to stall at least 2 of the enemies. As Zeri's auto attacks are melting Zelda guy a bit in the rear. The Zeri ultimate is gone. Jinx is just offloading. Are we going to see a pentakill? Nope. Almost saw a pentakill. Jinx just walking in from the side, cleaning up, and that is it. Game 3 going to team. Oh. Alright, Jinx is excited. Game 3 going to Team 2. Surely hard-fought matches. Olive's coming through to make up for the previous game. Coming in strong with the Morgana. As Geiko not wanting to see Lo the Man pull off the Zeri plays that were showcased in the first match. Levi tried to make some really nice ult plays there, but unfortunately there was just not the damage there to back it up. The Braum did manage to pull through more than enough of what he had to. And Spoo just wrecking the top lane this game. Struggling games 1 and 2 with the champions they had to them. Or wait, no, Spoo was Ornn game. Or yeah, actually. Spoo was wrecking it. Wait. Ah! Game 1. Was that a Goofy? No. Yeah, it was Spoo as Ornn in games 1 and 2. Just absolutely destroying the top lane each game. Saw it 2-0 versus 0-2 every single instance, and this game was just absolute stomp up there. Very unfortunate for Big Back. The mid lane was always a bit of a stalemate, it felt like, and the bot lanes were just back and forth every single game until this game was just kind of a stomp. Funniest moment of the game was Morgana walking all around the jungle walls to hit Irelia having the Mexican standoff against Spooiest in the top lane. Followed by the flash into the Jinx ult from low. Yeah. Fantastic effort from players on both ends. And hope everyone has a fantastic night. This was Arpai's Spies. Goodbye.